Coming together for an absolutely miserable day coming up on Saturday. It just really is. It's not going to be a dangerous kind of day where we could see property damage, that kind of thing, unless you're real dumb driving. But again, it looks like a really nasty, cold, miserable day. Colder air is right through here, and behind it, there's some snow, but that's not the snow we're going to get. The snow that we could get in terms of a little bit of a mixture, not likely to accumulate, is coming from this moisture, which is working its way northeastward, and then the cold air dropping on in. And tomorrow night it could end as a little bit of a wintry mix. But basically, the big thing going on, it's going to be a miserable, cold, nasty, rainy day. We'll see an inch and a half of rain. This latest run of the forecast model does an inch and a third. I tend to think we could see even to an inch and a half, all the way on up to an inch and a half into the area coming up during the day on Sunday and on Saturday and into Saturday night late. By Sunday morning, it's long gone. Here's the rainfall moving on in, and it's got a good handle on things, because that's where the rainfall is. Temperature pretty close to 60 degrees, 15-mile-an-hour winds, 10-mile-an-hour winds, and here comes the colder air. It's way out off at the top of your screen there by 3 o'clock in the morning. We've got some rainfall, especially over the peninsula. That's where things are by 5 o'clock in the morning. Really, the forecast model is updated, so the front could just be right on into here, a little bit closer by, but it's got it pretty close. 54, 55 degrees, 55 degrees at 7 o'clock. Now, really, there are two fronts out there. There's one here, we see this curl of the winds, and there's another one right on into here where you see a little bit more of a northwesterly wind. But regardless, what's going on is that front is meeting some of that moisture that's working its way east-northeastward, and kaboom, it blossoms. We end up with some moderately heavy rainfall at 7 o'clock in the morning. It moves off for the most part at 9 o'clock, but there's still pockets of rainfall from there. Here's where we are at 9, northerly wind. Temperatures have dropped from 55 to 50, and they continue to drop on down, mid-40s 2 hours later at 11 o'clock. 2 hours from there, some breaks in the rain in the middle of the day. So I don't think we'll see a constant all-day rain. Middle of the day, might see some breaks, but it fills back in again by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Low 40s by that point, 20, 30-mile-an-hour winds, gusting 35 into the area. There's where we are by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Still some pockets of moderate rain. Not worried, by the way, you'll note the north-northeasterly wind, fairly strong. Not worried, by the way, about any kind of tidal flooding. Doesn't look like it'll be a real problem. There's where we are 5 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock in the evening. A little bit of snow picking up, mixed with some rain. And that could indeed be the case, but I'm not concerned about it. I think it'll be spotty enough and not a real problem. It could be just a curiosity if you're up that late. 9 o'clock in the evening, there's lots of people up that late, but later on, after 11 o'clock, there could be a little bit more. But not really enough to cover the ground by the looks of things right now. 1 o'clock in the morning, winding down considerably. Still winding down, though, at 3, but by 5, it's pretty well gone. Temperatures dropping on down into the 32 to 39-degree range, 21-mile-an-hour winds out of the northwest, dry air. That wind should drop on off during the day, so by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5, 10-mile-an-hour winds. But that's when we're going to see our high temperature for the day. It'll wait until the very end of the day with a high temperature of around 49 degrees coming up during the late afternoon on Sunday. So again, nasty day coming up on Saturday and into Saturday night late, and then Sunday is okay. We'll see highs in the 40s, windy first part of the day, but the wind dropping on off. 7 o'clock on Sunday evening, the longer range forecast model. Now, the forecast model's had a little bit of difficulty in dealing with what's going on Monday. It's just a slight chance of rain here and there. It's not real big. You see it touch into the area very briefly. Nothing real big or widespread. Tuesday, same kind of thing. The forecast model has a low pressure area to our south that we'll want to watch real carefully, but right now it looks like it'll stay away for the most part and move on out to sea, and then be quiet coming up for Wednesday. But that's another one to watch. Planes landing, and again, they're landing. They should go back because, again, it looks like things are going to be really nasty. Temperatures are going to be marginal as far as any accumulating snow. It'll be 34 to 38. The ground is just way too warm. We see a lot more sunshine. There are a lot more daylight hours just because of the fact that we're getting into spring. So when sun rises an hour earlier at the first first part of the day and sets an hour later or so later on in the day. Plus the fact that we haven't had any days that are below freezing since March 17th. Standing water, yeah, we're going to have an inch and a half of rain during the day coming up for Saturday. Now here's what's going on. By 2 o'clock, some rain, more rain at 4 o'clock. And then by 7 o'clock, 55, but then it'll drop like a rock. It'll be windy during the day. That'll be our best chance at seeing some moderate rainfall. Still a little bit of rain at noon, but I think we'll see some breaks in the rain by that point. And then by 9 o'clock, we'll see a wintry mix with temperatures around 36, 38 degrees into the region. So there it is. Nasty day coming up on Saturday. 49 on Sunday. We'll see some morning clouds, rather windy the first part of the day, and temperatures rising to around 49 by 5 o'clock. Could see a stray shower on Monday, perhaps a little bit better chance of rain on Tuesday. Stay tuned on that one. Finally rising on up through the 60s into 70 to near 70 coming up by the end of the week.